Welcome back. This is Ramprakash Duraisamy. So in this Dataverse Accelerator Series 2, we will see about the pre-operations in the Power Effects, which is in the Dataverse Accelerator. So we'll just see simple scenarios like validating your fields and if after validating we need to throw some errors or such kind of thing that we will just see, because the pre-operation is nothing but before a record gets created, it should validate the request or validate the fields. For example, if there is a date of birth available, that date of birth should not be greater than today. So such kind of thing we need to validate, and we need to throw an error. So we'll just see how we can achieve it in our today's demo. And we'll just see like a duplicating error culture. For example, if there is a contact available and I don't want to have the same type of first name and last name should not exist in our system. So by validating the records whether it is available or not. So such kind of scenarios we will just see it in our today's session. So last time we have seen about the Dataverse Accelerator app. So there is one thing which you need to note it out is whenever you are installing the Dataverse Accelerator app, make sure you are in a trial or in a developer environment. Yeah, perfect. Now let's have the Dataverse Accelerator app to get open. I'll just quickly walk through what is there, then we'll just jump into the session. So I think it is taking some time, let it load. So within the meantime, I'll just quickly go to the solution. I'll create a new solution because whenever you are creating a pre-operation or post-operation or from the Dataverse Accelerator, you just need to create a solution because based on the solution only we can able to create that accelerators. Yeah. So now I'll just say Dataverse Accelerator. Yeah, perfect. I think now I'll select create a new publisher here. I'll say Dataverse Accelerator. I'll just use the same here. Dataverse Accelerator. I'll just create like this. Okay, so maybe I'll just remove the spacings. So now the publisher is done. Let it save. Now I'll create the solution. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, it gets created. So here we can able to see it says to create an instant plugin and create an automated plugin monitoring and API playground is there. So now we are going to see about the automated plugin. So which contains create, updated and deleted operation, which means that when a record is created, it is if we select this one, it will get triggered the same way for update and delete. And the same way, so as I said, there are two type of operation which is available. One is like a pre-operation and another one is like a post-operation. So the pre-operation will trigger before record gets, I mean, hit to the database, it will trigger pre-operation. Post-operation is like after hitting the database, it will just trigger. So in post-operation, we are having multiple types like synchronous and asynchronous that we will see it in plugin, I mean, which is like a plugin registration tool. But this post operation will have a synchronous operation. Now I'll just come and okay, so file to the unique name is already been okay. So I'll say Dataverse Accelerator. I'll say Dataverse ACC. Yeah, perfect. I think this looks good. So now the solution is done. I'll have a model driven app to get created. So let's wait for the model driven app also to get created so that I'll just directly show you from the contact page. Let me create it quickly. I'll click on new app, model driven app. I'll say accelerator. I'll just copy the same, paste it here. I'll create it. So now I'll click on add page. I'll add a Dataverse table. So here for now I'll just choose account and contact as a table. I'll add it. I'll move the contact to the top. I'll just save and publish. Now I'll play this model driven app. Now let's start this one. So for example, consider, let's quickly jump into the demo. So for example, there is a contact available. I have a birthday available. Suppose, for example, if I'm selecting the future date of birthday and I'm trying to enter the first name and last name like test. So I'll say Ram and I'll save it. The record is getting saved successfully because there is no validation against the date of birth. Now on create, I need to block them because for me, usually the date of birth cannot be future. So for that, I need to block them. How we can block it? So for that, what I will do, I'll go to my Dataverse Accelerator. Now let's start writing a code to block the date of birth. So I'll say birthday contact validation. Okay, perfect. Now it is to the table called contact and it is on create. So now I'm going to create an expression like if, okay, I need to say new record because I'm going to create a new record dot birth date is greater than today or now. Now in the sense it will be like it will consider for the today's date. If it is greater than, then what I need to do, I need to throw an error. What is the error I need to say? I need to say birthday cannot be future. Yeah, that's it. A simple query which I have written here. A birth date, if it is greater than now, I'm just throwing an alert here. I'm just scrolling down and I'm going to have a pre-operation and the solution which we have created for data, Dataverse Accelerator. I'll just select the Dataverse Accelerator. I'll just save this one. Now you can able to see plugin saved successfully. Now I'll just go to the contact. I'll make a refresh. I'll input the first name. I'll provide a last name. I'll go to date of birth. And here I'll provide 24, which is like a future date. I'll save this one. So while saving, you can able to see birth date cannot be future date, future. And the same way, if suppose if I'm just saying about 22nd, I'll, because for now I just use it greater than. If you want to make it as greater than or equal to, so such kind of validations you can just input in your query. So this is one of the validation which we have done. So this is a validation for the date field. Now let's consider I want to prevent duplicate records. For example, if there is a record which is already available with the same first name and same last name, I need to block them to create a contact. How we can do that? So I'll just go back here. I'll create a new automated plugin. I'll say prevent duplicate record creation. And I'll simply say if we are going to make a count rows here. In count rows, what I need to filter, as I said, I'm just going to filter the contacts, which means that all the contacts in the system, contacts where first name equal to the new record which we are going to create dot first name, and the same way I'm going to filter for last name, that last name. Yeah, then if the count of this one is greater than 0, I'm going to throw an error stating that duplicate record already exists. Yeah, perfect. So what I have done, I'm just going to filter with this first name and last name, which I mean the record which we are going to create. If the count is greater than 0, I'm going to throw an alert here simply. And I'm just going to have a pre-operation with the same solution, and I'm going to save this one. So now the plugin saved successfully. Now I'll go to the contact, I'll click on new, I'll provide my name, which is like first name and last name with the same name. I'll click on save. So here you can able to see it says duplicate record already exists. So this is one of the validations. Now currently we have seen about date field and string field. Let's see and like a drop down field, how we can achieve with the drop down field. For example, let's take a scenarios like this. For example, I have an account table available. In this account table, consider I have an industry available like a drop down. So like if the industry is selected as accounting, I want annual revenue should be less than 2000 or something like that. You can just provide such kind of validation. So let's see how we can achieve these things here. So I'll go to the action page again. I'll click on new. I'll click on automated plugin. I'll say account hyphen accounting annual revenue validation. So currently the table is account table. It is on create. So here we are going to use a condition called if I'll say new record dot. So it says here you can say it's an industry. So industry equal to here what we can say it is an industry one. So we can just have an option intelligence which the value which is already stored. So it is like a type of a early binding which is load with this values. So here if I just click on dot, we can just see all the values which is available there. So here we are going to say while creating a new record, if the value is selected as industry and if the industry contains, I'll say it is equal to accounting. Yeah, if it is equal to accounting, what is our next condition, which is like annual revenue? It should be less than 2000. So I'll simply put another operation called AND operation. I'll have comma. I'll simply put it as annual revenue. Sorry, I'll say new record dot annual revenue is greater than 2000. Okay, if it is greater than 2000, I need to throw an alert that annual revenue should be less than 2000. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I think I got a error because I need to close this one here. It's a validation error. Yeah, perfect. Now I simply say that for accounting, if it is greater than 2000, I'm going to throw an alert that if it should be less than 2000. So I'll just come down. It is a pre-operation Dataverse Accelerator again. I'll just save this one. Now it is done. Now I'll just go for the account table. Now I selected an account and I'm just providing the annual revenue as like 2005. I'll come and fill the account name. I'll save and close. So here you can see annual revenue should be less than 2000. So the validation messages that you can provide based on your needs here. Yeah. Now I'll just click on OK. So I'll just come and reduce the values to like some value which is less than the 2000. I'll just save. So the record gets saved successfully. So whatever which we have seen now, so if you just go back and if you go to the automated plugin, sorry, the automated here, you can able to see the messages, whatever you have created when the plug pre-operations, you can able to see it out here. So whatever we seen today, it's for the pre-operation of create request. Now in the upcoming series, we'll see about the update of pre and deletion and the same way for the post operations. Hope you like this video. Please drop me a comment if you have any queries and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.